All right, everybody, we are live, and I got a good friend, man. This is my homie here, man. This dude here, for starters, I'm gonna give y'all a story about this guy. And I remember this during the Olympics, man. So I remember covering that was like my first like time ever covering outside the Dallas Mavericks. And I remember Deron Williams came up to me and said, "Man, this dude, he's like 7 foot tall, and he got a jumper, and,
Uh-huh.
and he got the handles. He can rock you back and forth. You already know him because you watched him play at Texas. His name is Kevin Durant, man. This is my dude, Kevin Durant. What's up, KD?
What up, Brody?
Yeah,
Good
yeah, yeah,
chilling, man.
man. It's a blessing, man. So, real quick, man, just I want everybody to get know KD outside of the basketball world. Like I know that you like music, you love gaming, of course. We talk gaming all the time.
Yeah.
But I want you to talk about a couple things what you got going on with the boardroom. Which, man, by the way, I'm gonna tell you this. Right now on my TV, I got the boardroom running, man. It's all day, every day, bro. Much love to the
Yeah.
boardroom.
Appreciate it, bro. Man, boardroom is just I just try to make it informative content. I feel like a lot of athletes are doing so much in the business world of sports and how they're intersecting the two. It's some pretty cool things that's going on. You see, like, for example, LeBron having a building at Nike. I think that was huge for athletes to see. Then Serena had one built before that, and you see guys doing investments in tech, and you see guys doing esports. So I just see so many athletes, um, that are turning into entrepreneurs and have a lot of business savvy. So I just try to highlight it.
Man, one thing that I find interesting is this, man, because you've always been business oriented. I mean, the times that I talked to you, you thought about beyond basketball. And with
Mhm.
35 Ventures, I see something big, man. Like because you're big into like things outside of basketball, movies,
Yeah.
TV, all that kind of thing. What was the inspiration behind that?
Well, first off, just wanting to start a business of my own. I think that was always the goal. But to make it around, forming around the content, is as a basketball player, we've been through so many different situations. So I just kind of want to let everybody get a closer look into what it's like being an NBA player from my perspective. So I just wanted to start off somewhere, man. Just wanted to build something of my own, and me and my partners um, in the company have been doing a solid job the last few years, and we're growing pretty fast.
All right, man. So obviously, people want to know, obviously, hoops guy, of course. Who are some guys that, growing up, and me, you talked about this before, you mentioned a couple guys, rest in peace to the great Reggie Lewis, but who are
Mhm.
some guys that you idolized growing up?
I wouldn't say I idolized anybody. I respected a lot of guys, and I wanted to take little bits and pieces of everybody's game. But I started off watching Billy Owens that played at Syracuse. He played in the league for a few, but he was more so. He was bigger as a college player, more popular as a college player at Syracuse. So that was the first guy I put the tape into the VCR and watched his film and try to emulate. And then I just evolved from there to like you said, Reggie Lewis's and the T Max and the Kobe's, the LeBrons, the Penny Hardaway, just anybody, Grant Hills, so many guys, Dennis Scott coming from my area. So I was really fortunate and lucky to have so many great um, NBA players come through PG County where I'm from, and I was able to look around in the papers and see what these guys done, look on TV and see their highlights. So I was inspired every day.
One thing that I find interesting, and I get a chance to talk to a lot of players, and for you, it's amazing because you study the game. When I say you study the game, you got this thing that you may have to become an international scout. Because I'm gonna tell you why. You already know why because you kind of gave KP Kristaps Porzingis his nickname, the unicorn,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you told me right before the season, Luka Doncic was the real deal. And when you
Yeah.
look at like those two kind of players together, what do you think about those guys?
I just think they're I think Luca, to point out Luca, I think he was raised in an environment, in a basketball environment that taught him how to play the ins and outs of the game first. I think he learned. You don't see guys at that age learning to pick and roll, manipulating the game the way that he does. He can control a full game at that age. That's rare. So I'm expecting huge things from him going forward, and a superstar career going forward. And as far as KP, just a guy, his name says it all. His nickname being a unicorn, guy that can do so many things at that height, and that agility. So I'm looking forward to seeing them two come together. I think they got something brewing down there. Mark Cuban is always going to support his guys and put them in the best position. So that's a franchise I'm definitely watching the next few years.
All right, man. So one thing, obviously, everybody, the fans, we want to congratulate you. Definitely you're a champion. You know what I'm saying, and I think that's a huge thing for you. That moment, man, I think it was just more surreal for you, and I could tell because you were just like, man, finally, and then you were like, this is the pinnacle right here for you. Can you
Yeah.
just like tell me the process of like at that moment, what were you thinking?
Man, that whole thing, the whole experience. I just wanted to see what it was like, from the buzzer going off to what the fans were doing as the buzzer went off, the confetti. I pictured so many small moments in my mind that leading up to it, and I just wanted to take it all in at once, because it's just so blurry, so many people run on the court at once, so much stuff is happening, and I just try to take it in and for a split second. But just try to bask in the moment and stay in the moment and not think too far down the line, not even the next second down the line. I just wanted to stay in each second and enjoy it.
All right, man. So let's talk some gaming, man, because this is
Yeah.
something that a lot of people I don't know if they know, but man, you a hardcore gamer, man. Like I took you like I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. When I talked to you like about I want to say it was about 2 seasons ago, I was like, man, you seem like you're a pretty good gamer. Now you like a hardcore gamer, dog. So
Yeah,
like,
I wouldn't say because I see a lot of my brothers in the NBA who are really, really hardcore gamers. I'm talking about gaming chairs and headsets, and they up all night playing Fortnite, PUBG, Call of Duty. I'm not like that, but I enjoy 2K, Madden, Grand Theft Auto. Like those are my top three, day and night. Like I can't get rid of those three.
man, so like obviously me, you got Madden stories for days, but like
Yeah.
man, who are you running with on Madden right now? Because I need to, man, like I need to find a team. I'm not running with the Cowboys because I think it's unfair in a way because they're so good on there. But who are you running with?
I'll never play with the Cowboys in any game, root for the Cowboys. I respect the Cowboys. I like their players, but just the star. I mean, as a Redskin fan, I can't get down with them. So, not just eliminate the Cowboys from the game for me, but uh, I've been running with the Chiefs,
Okay,
obviously, because Pat Mahomes got the bazooka. He can throw anybody into the
bruh.
air. That's a cheat code. Him and Tyreek Hill. Uh, I, Tennessee been good too. I like their defense and that run game. So I've been rocking with them too.
Man, so like beyond Madden, obviously Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption. I know we talked about the Red Dead Redemption. You never beat that game though, right?
Nah, because it's not as smooth and as fast and as efficient as Grand Theft Auto. I'm so spoiled when it comes to Grand Theft Auto. Like everything is just so perfect for me on GTA. So Red Dead was kind of hard to get into.
So if you could build the perfect Grand Theft Auto in any city that you want to,
Mm.
and you could obviously the storyline would have had to obviously involve crime. That's the only way we're gonna play Grand Theft Auto. But what city and where would it be at? Because I got
Well,
an idea.
what, you gotta tell me yours first, and then I can kind of
Okay,
go
so
into
man, what I would do is this: like, okay, so we had San Andreas, right? It had the LA kind of '80s theme.
We
Won't we
still
bring
got
like,
that.
won't we do the wire version and put it in Maryland?
Mm. It's not big enough.
You don't think so? You don't think so?
Nah, because LA you got like the valley, you got the desert, you got the city, and you kind of got like the suburbs, and it's all spread out. You know what I'm saying? In Maryland, it's just like all you is just hopping on the highways. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying? So it's
I
like
see what you're saying.
it's a little different. I would say it has to be either somewhere overseas like Barcelona or
Wow.
like in Paris, one of those big cities in Europe. They got to run through because we got to see some like some shit, some Venice gangsters, mobsters in the boats shooting at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to some bank robberies in Italy. We got to do some stuff like that.
So folks in the chat said we just need to do Vice City and make it HD.
Vice City was the one.
Yeah, Vice City,
Vice City
Vice
was
City, man. Like, could you imagine Vice City now, bro? Like with all the space we got, bro. It's already crazy now with that casino, bro. It'd be next level.
the casino, man. It was so man. I beat that in like 4 hours, bro.
You
It was.
did,
I thought they was gonna keep updating it. Maybe I ain't check it back again, but after that first, I bought the whole casino uh, penthouse for a couple million. Then it only took
bro,
me like 3 missions. I was like, what the? But I still
bro.
love GT.
I got into a game the other day, man, and like I had a couple of friends, man. They're like level like 500. So imagine
Bro,
that, bro.
bro,
Cheat,
bro.
bro. I'm talking about the one thing I hate is when I go outside on the new Grand Theft Auto and they got those flying bikes. You know what I'm talking about, bro? They be
Yes.
waiting to kill you on them flying bikes,
Yes, soon as you pop up and respawn, man, it's killing you. Like, and I can't. And now, see, on the casino, you can't. They don't have the easy target, so you got to aim yourself on there, and that's the hardest
man.
part.
Bruh. All right, so obviously the next game, you know, it released yesterday. You sent me the message. You got me hyped up. NBA
Yeah.
2K20. Man, you already know. Obviously, being a 2K player, you know you're a cheat code. I hope you know you're a cheat code, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I feel like they could have made me better too.
And you know what's crazy? I agree with you, man, because there are some things like I don't agree with. Like you should be able to shoot over anybody, right?
I
Like I
can
don't
shoot
think that's
over
like an issue.
anybody. I should be able to be. I should. I can play point guard,
Mhm.
and I can block at the rim.
Man, see, that's what I'm talking about. So, what do you think about this 2K so far? I know you've been messing with it a little bit. What you think about it?
It's dope. It's dope. I like the story mode. Obviously, the my player, you gotta go through the story mode to be able to get into the park. And that was produced by Braun and Spring Hill, which was put together dope. So I like that. I mean, the 2K is 2K. I mean, we know how to play. We've been rocking with it since 2K,
Bruh,
just 2K. Like when Iverson was on
bruh.
the cover. So we know what it's about. But I think the details that they put in the game, from involving all the players and having because Donovan Mitchell had a little spot in there, Kemba Walker. So it's mixing up the whole NBA community. It's starting to get some legs as a real culture. Like 2K, that shit is like real life now. So, like,
Yeah,
we know what it is. We know the triggers. We know the
yeah.
green balls. We know all that stuff. But like the extra stuff in the park, which is cool. The GM mode, which is dope. New archetypes on in your my player. So they just keep upgrading this shit, man. This is dope.
So, did you create a my player,
So I created one, but Ronnie, I know Ronnie's going like he gonna want to play me on Twitch, and he gonna want to use my guy as my player, like my player, like me, really me as my
bro?
guy. And all these guys be following me when I get into the park, bro. I'm like, Ronnie, come on, man. I
Yeah,
can't even
see,
play a game.
yeah, see. I ran into that mistake with a couple of players one time, and I didn't realize that they put the logo next to your name, so it makes
Yes,
it mentally impossible to play.
and
Yeah,
it's your
that's
real face.
bro.
Me and Kyrie played last. We was running around playing last year, and we got to like send somebody ahead to check the court for us, just because it's like literally like 20, 30 people following us. Like it's nuts. But like I said, it's turning into a whole culture now, bro. Like 2K is the way of life.
Man, it is, dog. And the crazy part is like when we were playing on Dreamcast and stuff, like that
Man,
first 2K, like it's just like where we at right now, bro. It's wild how realistic. Because I did a face scan, and I'm like, man, it's getting out of hand, man. Like it's getting crazy now, like how realistic it is.
back then it felt like it was next level futuristic stuff. Like even back then it was the graphics was next level. So like to see it the evolution and they still around. It's hard for games to be around this long, almost 20
Oh,
years, bro. And
bruh,
it's
it's
still
crazy.
rocking and it's still at the peak level. So man, it's a great time to be a part of NBA, especially with 2K booming like this.
So outside of the three games we talked about, are you excited for Call of Duty?
Yeah, I'm finally gonna get back into Call of Duty. I've been slacking for like the last few. But I got to get a squad to run with. Like all my folks playing 2K or Madden or Grand Theft, so I got to get a squad.
Man, man, we got to figure out something, bro. We need to get us an elite squad. We need to get like the best of the best. I mean, I'm gonna go on Twitch. I'm recruiting. I'm gonna say, hey, this is secret ops. We got
we
secret
got
ops going on here.
we got to get a squad because I really. I mean, but I'm too far behind, bro. You got to play all day, every day if
That's
you
the
want.
problem. And
You
I don't
got
see
to, bro.
how. And you know what's crazy? And shout out to the homie Seth Curry, man. He plays like PUBG all day. I don't know how you do it, bro. Like I remember one time the marriage. So I was covering the game. I remember after the game, he hits me up and was like, "Hey, bro, you on PUBG?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm still at the stadium. Where are you at?" He's like, "I'm at home." I'm like, "Bruh, it's like the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life." I'm like, "How
Bro,
you?" And it's long. PUBG takes forever.
what what else do we have to do as NBA players but go to practice and come home? And in that time, we just play games all day.
And you know what? And you know one thing I want to tell the people in the chat is this, and this is something that I think that gets a little mistaken sometimes because a lot of times when people, and this is something I learned just talking to fans, was that they look at you guys and they say, "Well, they're different than us." Man, as I tell people all the time, if you talk to KD, I talk to KD all the time, man. We talk about music and everything. I forget sometimes that he's like the best player in the world. You
Yeah,
forget that because he's just like us.
we all the same. I mean, I don't do anything different than a regular person. I mean, I just happen to have a job that pays me to play on TV. But outside of that, I mean, I'm pretty much the same.
Yeah, and that's real talk. So, man, let's talk about some music, dog. One
Go
thing I
for
learned. So one thing I learned is this, man. If y'all ever want to know what to listen to,
it.
just follow him on IG, watch what he posts in the story, and you got something to listen to. Because I'm gonna tell you
See,
this, I wouldn't listen to YB and Corday at first, and then all of a sudden I saw it. I was like, let me check it out.
man, he got some
Say,
shit. I see. I'm on that Griselda wave right now. I've been
yeah,
locking in on all their stuff the last few weeks, and they shit is a wave. So like, what I post ain't. I'm not saying it's the holy grail of music. Like, I don't have the best ear for it, but I just like what I like. And if you rocking with it, then you rocking with it.
bro. Yeah, and the thing is this: you have different like tastes because one minute you probably listen to trap, but then like you listen to Griselda, you listen to West Side Gun, you listen to
Yeah,
Conway, and then you could
yeah,
be listening to YB and Corday one day.
yeah. I'm really like a playlist guy. So like, when it comes to one song, I just press shuffle, and I never know what vibe is coming next. So it's like almost like having that roller coaster feel when I turn on my music. You know.
So I look in the chat and people saying, "Man, have you listened to the new Young Thug?"
Come on, man. Of course, that's my slime.
Yeah,
Me and Thug. I feel like it's three artists that over my lifetime that I looked at and physically and looked at as like, all right, I could see myself like having that swag. You know, as a
yeah.
kid, it was Snoop Dogg first because long and skinny, and then as I started to get to the league, it was like Wiz and Young Thug. You know what I'm saying? So those dudes looked like me physically with long arms, skinny. I was like, all right. I see some dudes I'm connected with. So like of course I listen to Thug. We connected spiritually on a different level.
And you know what's crazy? Not only are you into like the mainstream music, I'm sitting up there one day, and this years ago, watching YouTube, right, watching URL, and I
Hmm.
pop up the Conceited and him and Holler battle.
Hmm.
Guess who's
Yeah.
standing right behind them?
Oh man. Battle rap is a thing. East Coast battle rap is a thing, man. In high school, I started getting into it. So like '06, I started going on YouTube, listening to battle raps, and then and the business started to evolve. Smack DVD started to evolve, and they had the summer. I think that was probably the first one.
Yeah,
Summer Madness, and
yeah,
I caught like three battles. Man, that was an experience because there's some real talented guys out there, man. They can really
yeah.
spit. So they put together shit so dope. So I had to go experience that up close.
All right, so somebody's asking a question about the Ninth Wonder thing. What's going on
Hmm.
with that? They said they saw you with around with Ninth Wonder. I know y'all was talking hoops because I know Ninth Wonder
Oh
talk
yeah,
hoops.
knife is big on hoops and sneakers. So like I should connect you two because y'all have a dope interview.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah,
but he sneakers and hoops is his thing, and I mean we talk music all the time. But he was just
yeah.
helping me set up my studio. I got a studio at my house. He was helping me with. But obviously, he played me beats, played me some stuff, and got some of his artists on this label, and he just got that soul music that you need to hear. You know?
Yeah, he's crazy when it comes to the soul. He did. the Earth Wind. One time he just played like a Earth Wind and Fire Can't Hide Love, and he like did his own little sample to it, bro. Crazy. I think Spice Adams may have posted it, and I'm like,
He
whoa.
chop
I'm
up a
like,
sample like he could chop up a sample like I never. You probably don't even realize what it is. Like, and it could be the most common song. Like, that's how great he is. It's just an honor to get in there with like people that think about their craft like that. You know.
yeah, and I think that's just dope. So I guess the next question is, and I know this may take some time for you to think on, but like top five MCs.
Come
Like
on, man.
you
I'm about to stop. I'm about to stop answering that question. It's too hard. That's like saying who your top five
okay,
NBA.
is there a default? Okay, can I say this? Hove is default, right? He's a default top five, no matter what.
No, no, you can't have nobody's default.
Okay. Hmm.
Nobody. I mean, you either good or you either in it or you're not. I mean, Big lyrically, he never took a line off, and he tells stories like I never heard before. But he only had 2 albums, so but those 2 albums was good enough for the rest of my life. So is he up there with Hov? Like it's hard for me to
Yeah.
it's hard for me to like it's hard for me to say what is what because Hov has reached a level. He's reached something that he's bigger than rap. He's bigger than his lyrics. Like he could he's just I can't even explain him. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
different. It's
oh,
different. It's different. Yeah.
yeah, like he's on a different level. And then you got Drake coming up, which you can't explain either because he is jumping up into like
A
the
different
echelon of
stratosphere.
rap. And us as people, we don't want to really get at to him because it's like it happens so fast and so easy. You know what I'm saying? And he's
Yeah.
up there. He's up there too, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Then you got lyricists. Then you got guys that rap over boom bap. And then you got some of the best. Now you got to give it to the young dudes, the trap artists who create a whole different way for us as well. Like, it's hard for me to put a top five, you know, because I like trap artists. And this ratchet rap is definitely talking to me and speaking to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gunna is like, that's all. Like, Gunna, if it wasn't for Griselda, I'd be listening to Gunna all summer. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Uh,
got so many of these dudes, Gunna, Young Thug, that I can say that about. They got legendary songs to me, and it's hard to put anybody in like a ranking. You know?
yeah. See, I got in trouble on Twitter because I made a post and it went stupid viral. So I said, who has the better discography, Ti or Nas?
Mm.
See, and I said
It's
Ti.
all about it's man. Ti got some Ti, but it's just different. It's just different. It's just different vibes, you know. It's hard to compare art like that, you know, because
Yeah,
it's like put from a different perspective. You just can't even compare those two because Nas is like giving you that Queensbridge perspective, and Ti's giving you some Atlanta shit. Like, and I'm a DC dude listening to both of those. I'm like, I can't even tell which one's better. So you know what I'm saying? It's like they both
yeah,
speak to me.
yeah, man. I see. That's the thing that it's hard to do that because like there's like
So
a
hard.
it's real hard. Like I don't know like who you could do as artists because like to me, I think personally the greatest discography ever has to go to Jay-Z.
It
Just
has
hands
to.
it. It has to.
Just from just the body of work that he put out.
Yeah,
It has to.
yeah.
It
And I
has to.
think you start there, then you go down. But man, so I guess the next question for me, for music wise, is how do you feel about your name being dropped in songs? Like, is that cool
I
for
don't.
you?
Hell yeah, I don't care if it's an up and coming artist or it's Drake. It's dope to hear people go because I know what it's like being in the studio. So for somebody to come up with a creative line around my name, I mean, I remember when nobody even wanted to talk to me when I was in elementary, middle school. You know what I'm saying? Now
Yeah,
people put my name in raps. Like I can remember that like it was yesterday. Now to see and hear this stuff about my name is pretty dope. So I appreciate all of it.
yeah, man. I think that's dope. Well, obviously, outside of music, in hip hop is sneakers, and sneaker culture is what
Yeah,
we all embed into. And I
yeah,
mean, obviously, you're part of the sneaker culture. You're one of the
yeah,
staples in it because you have a signature line. And
yeah, yeah.
obviously, can you just talk about your love for sneakers, man? Because I know you like love sneakers.
I love him. I love him, but it was always hard for me as a kid, you know, because my sneaker size was always like 3 years older than me. So when I'm 9, I had to wear 12, and it's hard to get 3 sizes up at my age. You know what I'm saying? And like,
Yeah.
so when I got to a certain age, I was wearing a 17. I was like, I can't even go in the stores, but I'm always in the East Bay. I'm always checking on the gram now for the newest kicks. I'm always checking what my friends got on. So I mean, it's definitely a culture, and it's definitely something I feel like has crafted and shaped my life to it, my basketball life to a certain extent. But to
I
be a
just
part, go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
But to be a part of the culture, have my own sneaker, have a couple joints like the Pearl, the Nerf, the what does like all that stuff that kind of created and came about organically, and told stories through my shoe. That's like dropping an album to me.
So I remember when you had wore those off-white Chicago ones, right? And it went viral. And
Yep,
I remember sitting in the locker room, and it was
that
Charlie
was
Villanueva.
finals.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
finals.
We were so I was at the practice facility, and Charlie Villanueva like, what? He went like this, and I said, "Yeah, bro, that's something different." Because we didn't know at the time, like, is that some kind of deconstructed shoe? Like,
Yeah,
how? First off, well, I'm not going to even ask you because I know you're the plug because you can get your size.
yeah,
Being a Nike guy, being one of
yeah.
the top Nike guys, but like, how many people asked you for that shoe?
Ask me for
Like just
the
for that off-white shoe. I'm pretty sure you get asked for shoes all the time, but that particular shoe.
I'm lucky because I've been in the league for so long now that my first 5 or 6 years, I was getting those type of requests like, "Yo, can you give me these Jordan one-off edition?" I'm like, "Bro, I can't just walk up in the Jordan and get some some off whites for you out of nowhere. No, you got to go get them just like everybody else." So, but I had to tell people no early on in my career. But right now, if those would have came out and my floodgates was open when it comes to that, I'm sure all my friends was on me because everybody was texting me like, "Yo, when you get those? How you get those? Yo, I'm trying to get those too, and them joints cost too much on a resale." I'm like, shit, I never even knew these joints was that coveted. You know what I'm saying? I just woke up and seen them in my closet.
So, what is your favorite like retro, like Jordan?
Uh, 17, 19, I hooped in my
Yep.
favorite shoe. Um, 11. One is that's like my Air Force One.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Because you can run through the ones. It's like it's an all-purpose shoe.
I've ran through so many ones in my lifetime.
So, man,
Uh,
let's talk.
Go ahead.
So let's talk about your brand
Hmm.
because, like, I think it's just amazing, man. Because for a person, some guys they get lucky, they get one or two shoes, right? You get
Yeah,
two or three, four shoes. We
yeah,
talking about 12. We moving
man.
up, man. Like, can you
Mhm.
talk about how that is to have so many silhouettes?
It's a blessing, man. Like I mean, I can't even explain how that feels. Like it's just one of those things where it all happened so fast. Because I remember begging for shoes, and now I had a shoe deal. Now I got my own shoe. It happened so quick, man, and it's just to reflect on it. But every year, the rollout, the meetings that we have, the creative direction, the direction we want to go in creatively. What's the next phase on a 15, a 16, retro? Like, it's so much to talk about when you got your own shoe, from apparel that matches with it to t shirts to hoodie. It's just you really running your own clothing company, basically, as in a small installment in Nike. And it's something I never really was hands on with until a few years ago. How I wanted my brand to go, what stories I wanted to tell, what products I wanted to create for the fans. Like I was really starting to think about that a few years ago, and now it's cool to kind of have your creative mind going a little bit when you're thinking about the future.
All right, so obviously you have a teammate that's a Nike partner with you, and I'm
Hmm.
gonna tell you right now, as a special request, when y'all win the championship, we need a championship hat. We need the Kyrie 6, and then we're gonna need the KD 13. Because at that point we'd
Mm,
be 6 and 13. Can we make that happen?
I mean, we got to handle a lot of business before we get
Yeah.
there. A
So
lot.
man, you know what's crazy is this, man. I when I was watching some Kyrie highlights the other day, right? And I didn't realize how great of a finisher he is at the rack. Can you just talk about like, cause he do some like the Jelly Fam layups, like it's beyond that.
I mean, Jelly Fan was all started because of Kyrie. Let's just get it real. They probably created the name, but the influence, inspiration came from what the shit Kyrie does. I mean, we all see it. I mean, like he's one of those guys that you don't even really have to talk about. Just watch him play. He'll make you feel a certain way when you watch him. You know his movements, his mentality out there, his smarts for the game, his efficiency. Like he's an all around player.
So me and you talked about your team, the Brooklyn Nets, of course, and every time I kept naming a player, you would name another one. It's like, man, y'all are really loaded. So I look up,
Yeah,
you got Karis LeVert, you
yeah.
got Jared Allen, you got Torian Prince. I mean, you guys have a rock. Can you talk about Joe Harry? We can keep going. Can you
Yeah.
talk about that team, man? What you think about this team, man? Because you guys are deeper than what a lot of people are not giving credit to.
Yeah, I'm excited about this group. I mean, obviously, with me not starting off the season, and obviously being injured, like you gonna see a lot of guys step up and do some things and go to another level as a player, like Karras, Joe Harris, Torian Prince, even the older guys like Gary Temple, Kyrie, like DeAndre. I feel like everybody is in this environment is gonna step up another level, especially with the circumstances of me not being available. I think everybody's going to step up and take it to the next level. And we got great coaching, great front office, great fan base that's excited for something new. Like it's a fresh start for everybody. I feel.
See, for you, man, I think it's dope that you're in Brooklyn because it's like you already love hip hop, you love the culture, and
Yeah,
now you like in the middle of it. And
yeah,
man, I know you probably thinking like, bro, I wish I could have wore that Biggie jersey. Like, man, that would have been insane, right? Like, you
I
might have to
know,
tell them to
man.
bring it back for you. You know what I'm saying? At
I
least one
know,
time.
I
But
know. I
like,
mean, but Big always going to be is going to be the main influence around our team. Like, we're driven by his influence. You know what he rapped about being in Brooklyn, living in Brooklyn, coming up from Brooklyn, like the bottoms, like that's why we play. We play to, we inspired by stuff like that. So no matter if it's in the jersey, his spirit gonna always be around the team.
all right, so obviously this last season we had two guys that retired that you speak highly of, and Dirk Nowitzki and Dwayne Wade.
Mm-hmm.
You've had personal experiences with both of those guys,
Yeah,
obviously. Can you just
yeah.
talk about those two?
I mean, I have experiences with those two guys at the highest peak. Especially in finals with D Wade, but conference finals with Dirk when he won his first chip. I mean, to be able to go through those two at their highest, the peak of their powers, it was just an honor. And I think how they approach the game and how they approach teaching the younger players is stuff that is stuff that we all can learn from. You see how long they played, how long they gave back, coming off the bench, giving money up, like just sacrificing so much for the greater good of the team and the younger players. I can really appreciate that. So hats off to those guys, and I know the next phase of their lives are going to be even better.
All right, so one person wants to ask, what is KD's favorite dish? What do you like to eat?
Man, anything, man. Shit. I mean, I love Southern food. That's my culture. Raised on fried chicken, greens, mac and cheese, and yams, and I was raised on that. You know what I'm saying? So obviously that's the favorite. But I have an open palate. I'm down for Italian. I'm down for Chinese. I'm down for sushi, anything, man. As long as it's a good woman next to me.
All right, so somebody want to ask you about Andrew Luck. Because man, remember when so this is crazy, right? So when it happened, I think I messaged you, right? And you were like, what the like it was crazy. Like Andrew
Yes.
Luck retiring. What do you think about that, man? Is that like was that crazy for you as an athlete, obviously?
I mean, I thought it was pretty normal. I mean, you see a lot of. I mean, Barry Sanders retired early. Calvin Johnson retired early. Like, I wouldn't say it was out of the norm that he retired, but just the announcement kind of caught me off guard. But once it settled in for a couple minutes, I was like, I can see why he did that, and I wish him the best. In my opinion, which means absolutely nothing. Who cares about what I had to say? But I believe that he's gonna come back and play again.
See, I believe that too, but don't you say he going to the Redskins. I know what you're doing. I know you ain't slick. You ain't slick, dog, man. Me,
Hey,
I know
dog.
you, man. See, you trying to put him on the Redskins. See, I already know what
Yo,
that's
I
going
thought
to
we
do.
were gonna get AB these last couple days, so I was like, man, hey, if y'all don't want him, in Oakland, come on, send him down. But Andrew Luck, yo, if you need a space, we'd love to have you on board. But we got the young fella, Dwayne Haskins, right now, and, so hopefully we can develop him.
Did you get Freddie Gibbs back for that? That was hilarious, bro. You got to
What
get him back.
what he
He
said
posted a
again?
picture. He posted a picture of RG3 and Haskins together, like to get out, and he was
Yeah,
like, "Bro, bro, you got
yeah,
to get him back."
I definitely do. I definitely do. He a Bears fan, so like he
Oh,
gonna
he
be
better
so
not say nothing.
excited.
Yeah,
Yeah,
boy, they scored 3 points last night. Don't even
I
get me
know,
started.
man. Exactly.
Do you have okay? So, what's your expectation for your Redskins, dog? Like, I want to
I
know.
have
Like,
I have no expectations, man. Like we're 7-9 last year. We're going through some stuff to start the years with our best player Trent. He not even in camp. Like we need him. So, but we got a good running back core. We got a good quarterback core. I think. I mean, defense. That's what we couldn't stop the run last year, but hopefully we better this year. I say 8-8, 9-7, 10-6. That's like a stretch,
man, if they, I'll tell you right now. Okay, this is what I'm going. You know what? This is what I'll do. If they go 10-6 the next following season, because by then we'll know. No, you know what? No. Because I think Brooklyn it matches up. So when Brooklyn comes to Dallas,
hmm
I'm going to make sure I have a Redskins jersey on just for
Oh,
you.
for sure. Ooh, 10-6. Yeah,
If
I might
they,
have to get you a customized joint then.
oh man, if you man, I know what you're gonna do, man. That's
At
gonna
C
be.
Hendo on the back.
Oh man, it's gonna be. That's gonna kill me, man.
I'm
So
telling you.
you refuse, and you know what's crazy? So my wife one time when the KD4 dropped, well, not the KD4, it was the KD3. I think it was the KD3, the Redskin colorway.
hmm Those were the
I didn't
OGs
realize.
in Rucker Park.
I didn't realize at the time that's what it was. I just thought it was dope because I had a matching polo. I was so happy, bro. I was
Bro,
so
you had
happy.
to know.
No, I didn't know, bro, because I didn't at the time. I didn't realize that. I forgot that you were a Redskin fan. I remember rocking them, and one of my boys like, "Bro, that's a Redskin shoe." I'm like, "No, it's not." Man, I go straight to sneaker watch Redskins, bro. I was
They
so
let me
hot,
put the logo on there. I was pissed, but I had the colors.
man. So what about the University of Texas, man? You ready for some? I know you ready for them, right?
Man, tomorrow we got that big game tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. But Texas in general, you know how I'm rocking.
Man. So
It's in the blood.
you know what's crazy, man? And we're gonna bounce out in a second, but like when you went to Texas, I just realized something. There was a year where it was you, then Lamarcus, or Lamarcus, then you.
It was
Or
Lamarcus, Daniel Gibson,
mhm.
PJ Tucker, and then that next year it was me and DJ Augustine.
And shout out to the homie Royal, man.
Royal
Future
Ivy, TJ
future
Ford. Man,
future
we had
NBA coach, by the way, Royal Ivey.
man, hell yeah. My
Yeah,
brothers. We
call me.
had some good players come out of Texas, man. Miles
Man,
Turner, Jared Allen, my teammate now. Like we got some great players.
man, and it's so strange, man, because like you won't hold any other Texas team to weight when it comes to fandom. But like you represent UT hard. It is so crazy because I was like, man, he gotta be a Cowboy fan. When I found out
Hell
the rest,
no.
that was depressing. I was depressed,
Man,
bro. I was so happy.
man,
I was like, he gotta be a Cowboy fan. At the
hell
least,
no.
at the least, you could be a Saints fan. Like, maybe he's down there somewhere, but man, not even close.
No, I'm Redskin to the blood. I grew up behind the stadium, man. I was like hearing the roars every touchdown, even though it wasn't that many. Like, but I I was hearing the cheers as a kid, so I ain't had no choice.
Man, and I would have figured you would be a Ravens fan. You sure you ain't never been no Ravens fan? I ain't
I
saying.
was actually when they won that chip. They won that bowl. I want to say 01,
Yeah. It was 2000. I think
02.
it was 2000, maybe 2001. Yeah.
When they won that one, I was like, damn, that's close. But because I just wanted somebody from Maryland to be like on TV doing it. You know what I'm saying? As a kid,
Yeah.
I was like, we suck. The Wizards ain't good. The fucking Redskins ain't good. The Caps is like, I just wanted somebody to be out on the stage and win something. So like when Baltimore won, I was like, I guess I'll take them in. But
Man.
I'm still a Skins fan to the core.
See, and that amazes me because you really are like a diehard Redskins fan. Like you be out there with Wale. I don't see how y'all do it, man.
Come on,
I don't see it. I just don't
don't
see it,
hate, don't hate, man. We're gonna be
bro.
back on top soon.
Bro, I promise, they will not beat the Cow. Man, if they beat the Cowboys this year, I swear I'm gonna
No,
be
we're
hot.
gonna split. We're gonna split this
Nah,
year.
bro, I can't see. Bro, we
We
can't.
might win one. We might win one down in Jerry's World.
I may be okay. So y'all played the Eagles week 1, right?
Yep.
I would be pretty worried if y'all beat the Eagles week 1. I will
If
be.
we beat the Eagles week one, I'm gonna be the season gonna be looking up instantly. I don't care. We want to know. I think we can go to Super Bowl if we win that game.
Oh
I
man,
might be overly optimistic about my bunch, but shit, that's what fandom is.
yeah, and that's what all it is, bro. At the end of the day, because like people don't realize that you're a fan too. So like it's kind of weird because then you like, damn, fans are crazy, but damn, I'm a fan too or something. Like
Yes.
yeah, so it is crazy. So man, like I appreciate this, dog. Like you already know, man. Like me and you go back, man. Like this is dope, man. Because like people don't get a chance to see this KD. It's always, hey man, the KD that hoops or the one that's in the. See, the one thing is this: people gotta understand this. There's a difference between media, certain kind of media, right? There's
Yeah.
that media that's like kind of like in my realm where it's like
Yeah.
I ain't got time for it. Like KD,
Yeah.
no, I don't have
Exactly.
time for it. I've never asked a crazy question, probably never will. And
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I think it's dope that we need that. We need to have that
Yeah.
together where we got the players and the media together because I think that's something that's missing.
Yeah, I feel the divide with the media and the players. Just it's not a big divide, but I feel like it's a small, tiny divide when it shouldn't be there. But to see guys like you that like really care about the culture of the game and the culture of sneakers, sports, just the whole thing, like it's always good to kind of get these thoughts off our brains because shit, we thinking about the sneaker culture and gaming and wanting to talk to people about this stuff because it's like fun. So any chance we get to wrap it up, we know how we kick it.
Man, yeah, and it's every day because like I tell people all the time, man, like it's so weird because when you walk in the locker room, it's kind of like, oh, here they come. I already know what y'all thinking because I probably think the
Yeah,
same thing. Like, here they come, and then it's like, oh, well, wait a minute, there go homie right there. He's pretty cool talking
yeah,
sneakers, and I think it's just for me personally, man. It's just that I don't care for the drama. Like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
we human, bro. Like, we gotta have fun too. Like,
The
this is supposed
drama
basketball
sells.
supposed to be fun.
The drama sells. Obviously, that's what's gonna make them the money, and that's what's gonna make their bosses happy. But at the end of the day, like you're compromising your relationship with the player if you're doing it. If you're just solely doing it that way. So, like, I get it. You got a job. You got to do a little bit of like the digging on some gossip shit or something. But you keep it at least weighted on both sides on like really trying to get to know these players. I think that's a good approach too.
Man, I agree with you, dog. So everybody, y'all see he's here, so it ain't no joke. So y'all know when I say I talk to the homie, I talk to the homie. This is my dude.
No
Um,
cap on this. No cap.
no cap on this. Like this is real. So we gonna set up something one day where we do a matchup on some video game. I'm not see. First off, I'm not gonna play you in 2K because I know you like to cheat. So I'm not gonna play you in 2K. So,
I just play a real brand of basketball, man. Like I really can't
bro,
play 2K.
you know what? Every time somebody said they play a real brand of basketball, something crazy happens. I know this trick.
You know what we got to do? You know what I do more so than anything?
What?
I get on the GM mode. I taught me a lot about the NBA right there on
Wow.
GM mode on 2K. Like it really, really, really taught me a lot about just the business, just like structure of a team. Like it's a cool exercise to play GM mode on 2K. And they got the live stream where you could do it live and we can bounce our teams and like, I simulate everything and like it's a cool thing. Like free agency trades, like it's a dope thing. So we might have to get on the Twitch the live stream with that.
Would you? Okay, so that leaves the last question there, and we're gonna bounce for real. You ain't never traded yourself, have you? Because I
Hell
tell you,
yeah, I didn't sign me in free agency. I
wow.
didn't traded me when I got too old because I was making too much money and I wanted to go young, and so I had to trade me to like it wasn't a team that I wanted to go to personally, but it was what's best for my organization, just like all these GMs do in real life. So yeah, I mean, ain't no hard feelings. I was still making a nice bag. I was a Hall of Famer. It was
That's all they
cool.
count.
It was straight. But
Well, well,
man,
everybody,
I appreciate you, Brody.
man, you
Uh,
already know it, man. And everybody in the chat is saying, man, get that recovery right. You know, I
oh
know,
yeah.
man, it's going down. It's going
Yo,
down.
check me out. Hold on. Let me flip this camera. This is the first time, second day I'm in two pair of shoes, man. So I'm walking around a little
Exclusive.
bit. So it's a little bit of progress.
So I'm telling y'all, man, this man got it. Y'all see this? This is exclusive, man. So, man, you already know, bro. We gonna chat it up later, man. But I appreciate you, man. And like I said, you always keep it real with me, and it's always vice versa. It's always mutual, man. So
Yes,
get
sir.
that, man. Get right, man. Because you know when you come to Dallas, I'm coming there with a cowboy jersey. I'm coming there with a cow, bro. I'm coming there like
Coming in
50
with
and
my
2000
Steelers
with the
jersey.
with the do rag and everything.
I'm coming in with two nose rings like Zeke and a cow and a Redskins jersey,
Ah,
yo.
see, here you go. Here you go. See, now he got to go there. But man, I
Hey, I look
appreciate you,
forward to
dog.
the next one, bro.
Man, so we definitely gonna connect on this again down the road, man. But like I said, I appreciate you, dog. I appreciate y'all in the chat. Man, y'all keep giving well wishes to my man KD, man. Y'all know, y'all see he's a real one just like us, man. So I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. We
Love
out.
everybody in Dallas, everybody around the world who watching this. Appreciate y'all.
All right now. Peace, dog.
All right, Brody.
Yeah.
Damn, you got some. Oh, you went to the Kush factory?